You're listening to AI Prism from Seoul Economic Daily.
Three numbers before the open. KOSPI down 4.58% yesterday, the won at a 10-month low, and a single share trade sending two blue-chip stocks to limit up. Foreign investors dumped 3.3 trillion won of stock in one day, and Chinese memory maker CXMT just grabbed 7% of the global DRAM market, double what it held a year ago. It's Friday, August 7th. Here's what today's story could mean for the Korean market. Korea's stock market has been trapped in a volatility loop, where price swings feed investor anxiety, which feeds more swings. A big part of the problem traces to the alternative exchange, NXT, where thin pre-market liquidity lets a single share trade set a stock's opening price at the daily limit. Meanwhile, Chinese memory makers are exploiting the global chip shortage to break into supply chains once closed to them, adding a fresh source of uncertainty for Korean chip makers. Here's what the numbers show. KOSPI fell 4.58% yesterday on foreign net selling of 3.3 trillion won, about $2.3 billion. The Korea Volatility Gauge, KOSPI, has cooled to 77.17 from a June 29th peak of 96.9, but still sits far above its historical average in the 20s. CXMT's DRAM market share rose to 7% this quarter from 4% a year ago, while SK Hynix slipped to 26% from 39%. Samsung Electronics and Micron both gained share, moving to 39% and 25% respectively. NXT plans a static volatility relief mechanism on September 14th, triggering a 2-minute single-price auction whenever an order deviates 10% or more from the prior close. The won closed at 1,423.8 per dollar, its strongest level in about 10 months, even as foreign investors kept selling. So what does this mean for active traders in Korea? Earlier, we said a single share trade can send a stock to limit up in the pre-market. Here's what that actually means for you. Thin pre-market liquidity is a real execution risk until NXT's new circuit breaker arrives. The SK Hynix share slide against Chinese gains adds a fresh variable to how you weigh Korea's memory exposure into any earnings season. What to watch? NXT's static VI launch on September 14th, whether foreign selling extends past this month's 5.4 trillion won, about $3.8 billion, pace, and CXMT's HBM3E ramp timeline into next year. That's today's AI Prism, Stock Investors. This episode was produced with AI assistance based on Seoul Economic Daily reporting and reviewed by a human editor. AI Prism is a WAN IFRA award-winning series. We'll be back tomorrow.
You've been listening to AI Prism from Seoul Economic Daily.